welcome to your weekly Starseed reading. I've been guided the last few weeks and asked by the collective to specifically do readings for the Starseed collective. The reason is because you are the awakened, and now is the time of your mission. Your mission has begun. You've been activated. This reading is for anyone who was guided to it. It is timeless. So if you're reading it after I've posted it, significant amount of time, just know that you were guided to it for a reason. And if what I'm saying doesn't resonate with you, that is completely fine, because not every reader can resonate with every person. But odds are, if you were guided here, you're going to get something out of the reading. And also, if you've been guided to this particular reading, you more than likely are a Starseed yourself, or you are supposed to be working with the Starseed collective. And I'm going to begin by getting the overall energy for this week for you. I'm going to be using the numerology guidance cards, and what I first found here was the number 4, perseverance. I'm really drawn to the color green. As you can see, I was also drawn to bring in 3 different types of green crystals along with the clear quartz to kind of amplify that energy. I feel that this week they are definitely telling you to persevere, to keep going, to keep the momentum going, to keep the flow going in your life. I absolutely feel that this is directly connected to your abundance. May that be material things or finances or success. This is about moving forward to keep the momentum going. You are manifesting. You are definitely doing what you're supposed to be doing, and Spirit wants you to know that through the appreciation of you acting on your mission and doing as you're asked and feeling that calling, and you've taken steps toward moving in the direction of a spiritual being, someone who works for spirit, someone who is guided to heal and to manifest and to awaken the collective. And so this week is about pushing through. So you'll probably, at the beginning of the week, definitely start to feel maybe a little overburdened, maybe like you have way too much to do, and you feel pulled away from your meditative practices and the things that kind of keep you centered. And what they're telling you is it's okay. Recognize that, embrace it, and just go with it and push through it. And by midweek to maybe Thursday or Friday, you'll start to see that energy lifting and have a little bit of a release. I'm going to pull some tarot dice. Okay. Ooh. We have the Star. I'm going to put them straight up so you can see them. The 7 of Pentacles. And we have the 4 of Cups. Okay. So the Star card is one of the most awesome cards in the deck, and it's telling you that you are manifesting your dreams. Your wishes are coming true. This is just, there's just some work to be done, and this week's going to just seem like there's a lot of work to be done. And the 7 of Pentacles is the perseverance card. It is planting the seed and waiting for the results to happen, seeing if what you've sown is what you will reap. And your guidance is absolutely telling you, push through. This week is going to seem, it's not a bad week at all. There's nothing negative or any tower kind of moments or anything like that. This is just telling you to kind of take your time, know that you are where you're supposed to be, you're on the right path, you're doing what you're supposed to. This is just the time where we have to do some of the busy work, and it's just going to seem a little bit more burdensome and heavy this week. But it's not heavy like sadness, things like that. It's just, you're going to be a little stressed out. And you're going to feel like, because you're doing a lot of work and a lot of extra stuff, you might feel that you're missing out, that there's other things you should be doing or should have done, and it's not quite where you're supposed to be. And that's wrong. You're exactly where you're supposed to be. You just need to push through this week. And if you keep pushing and persevering, and a lot of colds are going around, you might feel a cold coming on or something like that, and Spirit's just letting you know it's okay. Just push through. You'll have time to relax toward the end of the week. It's just a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff is going on this week. Okay, so I want to get the energy of the collective, of everybody that's on this path, that's in this job. We're going to be using the wisdom of the wisdom of the Oracle deck, and look what the card is. Chop wood. Chop wood. Well, that's all about working, isn't it? It's all about putting the work in to get the results at the end. So I kind of feel like there's a major pattern to this reading this week. It's not the most desirable thing to hear, but it's definitely validating. And so if you do feel stressed and you do feel overworked, know that it's not a thing. It's not personal. It's not the end of the world for you. It is just pretty much the way your week is going to go. I'm just going to use the Universe Has Your Back deck here, because I want to, if we are going to be stressed out and we are going to be overworked, well, can we have a little, just some guidance of our focus? Where should we be focused to keep our energy high, to keep our vibration high? Where should we be focused this week? Where should those in the Starseed Collective and those who are serving the higher power? Oh, that's nice. So you need to be in a place of unconditional love. I choose love no matter what. So I feel that Spirit is saying you're gonna feel separated from your higher power, but it's an illusion. That's not true. You are not separated from your higher power this week. It's just you have a lot to do, and there's chores that need to be done, and there's fields that need to be sown, and that's just the energy you're in. We're about to come into a time in the next few weeks, because it is right before Christmas, and doesn't it always seem anyway right before the holidays that you're just so overburdened? You're still at work, so you have that. Your kids are crazy because it's Christmas time. Of course, you still have all your workload in your job, and you're having to make cookies, you're having to clean the house, you're decorating, all those things. So there's just a lot on your plate this week. And Spirit wants you to know you are loved, and just try to keep it a vibration of love. Remember why you are doing these things, why you've chosen to take on these burdens. You've chosen to take on these burdens because of love, because you love the planet, you love humanity, your family, what you do. You do love it. And it may not seem that way this week, but Spirit wants you to know, stay in that energy. Stay in that energy of love, because you will feel better for it. And I'm going to get some advice for us. So that's our focus, because we know what's going on this week. It seems like a lot of work's going on, but not for nothing, right? Great English there. So What's our advice from Spirit to help us out? So we know where we should be focused, but sometimes it's hard to be focused on love when you're doing a lot of work. What is our advice for this week? What is our advice this week? What's going to help us through? What's going to help us through this week? I'm using the Doreen Virtue Ascended Masters deck. I just love this deck. It gives very concrete, actionable things for you to put your energy into when you're not quite sure what to do next. The baby steps tend to help. This really does not want to pop out a card. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yoga. So, for those of you who do yoga, it definitely is telling you doing yoga will be very helpful to you. For those of you who don't do yoga very often, or who maybe don't do yoga at all, what that means is stay present. It means stay focused. It means, if you can, try to meditate every day. Meditation is going to really, really help you this week. I mean, it always helps you, but this week specifically, if you can carve out 10 to 20 minutes every day just to focus on breathing, being present, being mindful, and maybe have a mantra of perseverance to help you, or a mantra of I choose love to help you through this week. You really need to take that extra time and focus your energy and focus your time, even just for a little bit a day, on being present. And I can't help think but that this is a sign to some of you. But as I'm sitting here, there is a giant spricket. And if you don't know what a spricket is, it in the northeast coast of North America, we have these lovely crickets that kind of look like a spider. They're harmless. They don't do anything except scare the poop out of you when they're hopping, because they hop really high. But there's one staring right at me. He is actually sitting on my curtain. It's freaking me out a little bit. He is humongous, and I feel like Jiminy Cricket, he's there to tell us something, because it's just strange that there is a spricket on my curtain. I've never seen a spricket on my curtain before. Every once in a while they get into the house under the door frame, but they don't usually hang out. He's totally staring at me too, which is also freaking me out. So crickets are a good sign. They are a sign of luck. They are a sign of truth. And strangely enough, crickets are a sign of perseverance. So I think he's just a little, well, not so little, validating friend who's come to visit. And he's on the move. If you hear me scream, it's because he's probably jumped near me. They have a spastic quality to them when they do jump, and it freaks me out. So I would like you to focus on a very specific question that you have about this next coming week, or just the energy around you, or something maybe that's really been bothering you or standing out for you. And I'm asking you because there's a very specific reason I'm asking you to do this. I don't normally do this, but the second card that popped out wants to tell you something. And so if you could come up with a yes or no question in your head, focus on it, take a deep breath, make sure it's a very clear yes or no question, that there's no middle ground to this question. All right, only one. Can be about anything you want. Close your eyes. Say it inside your head again. Take a deep breath. And I'm just going to show you all. So, good old Ganesh showed up with the yes card. And I felt that was very purposeful that came out. And that those of you who are drawn to this reading, and those of you who came up or had a yes or no question maybe before you did the reading, Spirit wanted to tell you absolutely that the answer is yes. Affirmation, affirmative, yes. All right, so let's get a little energy here for I want a little energy around maybe the relationships in our life this week. Something that'll help us understand what's going on in our relationships this week. The reason I'm doing that is because when we're overburdened and when we have a lot to do, the people in our lives don't go away, and they don't seem to always understand what's going on. And so I felt the need. I'm using the Whispers of Love Oracle deck right now, and I just want to know, where is around the people that are going to be in our lives, that are in our lives this week. Okay. Well, that's kind of hard to do. So what Spirit's telling us here, I'm going to put it right here, spend some quality time together, listen and talk to each other. So I think when we're talking about choose love, I think it's saying, remember the time we're in right now. I'm just going to put that right there. Remember the time we're in, because it is the season of giving. It is the holiday season. This is a time of love. And when we get overburdened and we have too many things going on, sometimes we forget and we get angry or overstressed out, and we snap at the people closest to us, because they tend to be the people who are annoying us the most when we have lots to do. So they want you to remember the time you're in. Remember that it is a special time, especially if you have children, and that not to get too stressed out, and really try to stay in this energy of love. Try to stay in this energy of love, and even though you're having a crazy week, you're always exactly where you're supposed to be. When you're being guided by Spirit, you're always where you're supposed to be. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I have 45 more things to do, I just have to push through it. Spirit's saying, along with taking 10 minutes a day out to make sure that you are being present and focusing, and some of that has to do with, put that like that, some of that has to do with your family and the people that love you, your significant other. Make sure you're taking time out for them. This isn't a time of year to ignore people. This isn't a time, just, you're going to have to push through a lot. You have great things coming to you. Great things are happening. You are not missing out on anything. Take some time, even if it's just dinner time, that you have dinner together, or you decide to have office hours closed at 7 o'clock and you sit and you watch some TV with your kids and your family, or snuggle up under a blanket with your loved one. Just make sure you're not overdoing, and you're not forgetting those who do support you in your life and who are with you in your life. Because what's the use of having a mission and doing great things if you're not doing it for people that love you? Okay, so I'm going to pull a few more dice to give us some ending energy here. Okay, we have the Two of Swords. We have the Seven of Swords. And we have the Two of Wands. So there's definitely some two energy going on here, I believe. And 2 and 2 is 4. I think what Spirit wants us to know this week is that you need to push through. You're going to have to make the decisions this week. You're going to be the one that's going to be making the decisions this week. And I know some of you are like, I'm always the one making the decisions. And I understand. But this week it's important that you are the one who's making the decisions. I'm not really sure what this is in regard to. I definitely feel like it has something to do with family. So maybe about what you're going to have for a holiday dinner, or what gifts you're going to get, or, when your children, maybe something's going on with your children, and a decision needs to be made as to discipline, or, if they can go to their friend's house. I don't know. There's so many variables, but I don't feel that particular thing, that this dice has as much to do with the persevering and all the work you have to do as much as it does about your family and your loved ones. And I definitely am getting an energy about children there. So for those of you that resonates with, I will leave that with you. The Seven of Swords, that kind of goes along with what we've been talking about. But it's also letting you know that there's going to be a propensity for you to snap on people this week. And remember, you're a light worker, you're a starseed. People don't see us in that way. People don't see you in that same light, though you can go there, and they know you're very serious when you do take on that energy where you're all business and you're just like, take no nonsense. Just recognize the time of year that we're in. Recognize that this perseverance is the building blocks. Okay, we're pushing through and we're building something great, and it's not just for the collective to awaken and to raise the vibration, but it's also because you're building a foundation for the people that you love. All right, your plans are in action. You can see them right there in front of your face, but yet, this is a time of year where we tend to have a lot of extra things to do because it's about family and it's about giving and it's about love. And when we are in this energy of perseverance and pushing through work and we have so much to do, we tend to think that this time of year is a burden. This time of year is meant for us to slow down. Even though we always seem to speed up, it's meant for us to spend time with family, to spend time with the people that we love and cherish. And when I say family, that does not have to be biological. There's many definitions of family. It could be a friend family, it could be a work family, I'm not sure. But the idea is that you slow down, you take time to be mindful, you take time to recognize that they just want your attention. They're not trying to take away from you doing your work. They're not trying to take away from the things you need to get done. They just want your attention because they love you. And so maybe you forget this reading and that energy is just going too strong for you and it's too intense and you do snap. Let that moment be your trigger for remembering what I'm saying here, remembering what Spirit is telling you, and step back and look at yourself and say, okay, I'm sorry that I talked to you that way, and explain to them, I just need to get this done, or I just need to do this, and then we're going to have some special time together. Okay, we're coming right before the holiday season, right before we're in the holiday season, but right before the holidays are happening. We're in the midst of it. And the week before is always insane. It just always is. And Spirit recognizes that, and Spirit recognizes that you are in a place where you're moving and a grooving. Don't let yourself get down. Don't let yourself slow down the momentum, but don't speed up. Take time to yourself. There is time. There is enough time in the day. And if you are having difficulty finding time to take it down a notch, ask for guidance. All you have to do, you have to speak it out, though. You have to ask your angels or your guides, whoever you speak to, please help me. Help me to manage my time. Help me to manage these tasks. Help me to manage my family and or my friends so that they don't think I don't love them. Okay? So this reading, it's a good thing it's a weekly. It's just kind of a little warning to let you know, to be aware of your own behavior, to let you know that this is going to be a busy, crazy week for you. But just keep going. Push through it, push through it, push through it. Stay present, meditate, choose love. And it's okay at the end of the day to take some time to hang with the people that support you and that care about you. Even if it's just a phone call, maybe you don't live with people, but you do have people that care about you and you're so busy you forgot to call them this week when you normally do. So take the time to do that when you remember. Okay? This is just a hiccup, and I want to get one more card just to kind of give us a positive ending here. Give us a little, other than the yes. The yes is pretty darn positive. Well, I guess it depends on what your question was, right? But I always like yeses. Cards are falling all over the place. Okay. I like this. So, again, can we balance here? Can we balance? Can balance? Balance. This is the balance card. And I think that's absolutely exactly what we were just saying here. But I think it's ironic that balance is balancing. They're saying you're going to have a lot of work. You need to persevere. You need to push through. But remember the balance. It's important for the people in your life, but it's very important for you that you keep this balance between the work and the people and the things that mean something to you. And yourself is absolutely included in that balance there. Okay? It's not just about other people, whether it be people at work that you're working for or the people in your home that you love. Remember, part of that is you. Okay? Yoga is about balance. Okay? So this is a positive reading, but it's also nice advice. All right? It seems like there's a lot of stressful stuff going on, but Spirit's really there to tell you, we're here for you. We got your back. Just remember what's important in life. You keep that focus, you'll be okay. And I hope this answer here, why they made it pop out, whoever had a yes or no question, I really hope that this helped you and made you feel better. Have a wonderful week and keep on awakening and enlightening our world. If you like this reading or any of the things that we do, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Big hugs, lots of blessings. Bye-bye.